Brooke, the weather outside, it was a little muggy. I feel like rain is on the way. You tell me.
You are exactly right, Whitney. It's 6:13, and of course today we've seen a combination of sunshine and clouds with a few quick passing showers, but the sky's looking a little ominous. Of course, we are watching the sunrise for the final time in the 6 o'clock hour because we'll spring forward for daylight saving time tonight. So right now we're somewhere between these mid and upper 70s, not far off of the 80-degree mark, and our dew point values are high for a lot of humidity in the atmosphere whenever you see 60s to 70s on that dew point map. The wind speeds at the moment are anywhere from the single to double digits, a couple spots gusting into the teens and 20s. So our hour by hour forecast continues to keep us in the 70s until the overnight time frame, and we'll be in the 60s. Now, of course, as we get into the rest of your evening, it's not a bad idea to have the umbrella close by, especially on the North Shore. Our futurecast showing a couple quick passing heavy downpours here as we continue with our forecast for the next few hours. And then we'll also watch a more significant line of storms forming as we get into the overnight time frame. So here's midnight, then we continue to watch this line push southeast as we head into the overnight hours between about 3 o'clock when you're springing forward for daylight saving time and daybreak in the 7 o'clock time frame. Hopefully we don't see too many warnings issued, but it's a very good idea to download our app and make sure that you have the radar with you on the go. So remember, daylight saving time is going to start at 2 a.m. It's going to quickly become 3 a.m. and then we spring forward with the sunrise at 7:18 and our sunset at 7:04. So while the rain's coming through, we'll be in the upper 60s, not far off of 70 degrees. Our forecast for tomorrow showing you these mid 70s here as we continue with a pretty significant amount of rain possible into the later afternoon and evening time frame. So during the morning, we're likely going to see that line move through. Everything is linear and consistent, and then we'll have a break and another round into the afternoon and evening. As far as rainfall amounts, the primary threat is going to be for localized heavy downpours leading to some flooding concerns, especially on the North Shore. So you'll notice we have the possibility of picking up a good amount there toward the state line. Otherwise, probably most spots between about an inch and an inch and a half. New Orleans likely right around an inch as well, maybe just a little bit less rain, and then we continue into the rest of the week with another round on Monday and a possible additional severe weather threat on Wednesday. So that is something to keep in mind, and of course we'll fine-tune timing as we get a little bit closer, but it does look as though our dynamics in the atmosphere will be there and the rain chances will be higher. That front going to leave us with a bit of a temperature difference on the backside. So the overall outlook is still going to be warmer than normal for this time of year on the western side of the country and in New Orleans proper, but the East Coast is actually going to be a little cooler than normal for middle of March into the end of March. So something to keep in mind. Here's our 7-day forecast. Again, make sure you turn those alerts on before heading off tonight to bed. We'll see this evening most storms concentrated on the North Shore, and then as we get into the midnight to sunrise time frame, everything will push southeast. Of course, at that point, we'll have moved forward for daylight saving time, and then tomorrow we could see another round of downpours as we get into the late afternoon and evening. For your Monday, 30% chances, temperatures still topping out in the 80s. Tuesday, you can expect the same, and Wednesday we'll be looking for the next front that brings a higher rain chance and our temperatures down significantly into Thursday and Friday. So at that point you can expect 70s for highs will be where we should be for this time of year. But through Wednesday, each and every overnight period in the 60s is going to be warm, and we could see a little bit of fog develop as well. So we'll be on fog watch as we get into the late part of the evening and into the early mornings through the middle of the week. Here's your forecast for next weekend. It looks really nice. We'll see Friday and Saturday only topping out in the 70s. So again, a pretty nice overall outlook, but we are definitely in that severe weather season. So make sure you have those apps and notifications on.